Hey guys, welcome to our movie review of Snake Eyes G.I.Joe Origins. If you like these movie reviews, click some of these links down below to directly support our show and Patreon or the YouTube join button. Okay, so let's review this film. We'll have a non-spoiler section and then a spoiler section afterwards. G.I. Joe. If y'all don't know, I fucking love G.I. Joes. Joe, and that's Joe, and I started the show with the theme of kind of G.I. Joes. Played with the toys when I was younger, still have some, and yes, Joe, go ahead.
I missed the assignment. I saw Snake Eyes with Nicolas Cage.
You dumbass.
It was
How was that one?
He was a detective
Oh.
called Rick.
Got
Like
it.
some conspiracy theories. Was that not the Snake Eyes I was supposed to watch?
No, you were
Fuck.
supposed to watch.
Well, we're in for a treat, huh?
Yeah.
Well, yeah. We can try.
Okay.
All right, we'll make it up as we
Joe
go.
was
right?
beside me. He saw the damn movie. He wanted to make the point about Nicolas Cage Snake Eyes. This is not that. This is Henry Golding.
Golding.
And for the most part, I think he does a good job with what he was given.
Yes.
As I was saying before, I like G.I. Joe. And I was really positive about this film. In fact, I even think the actor Henry knows the Angry Joe show.
I
There
saw
was
that
somebody
tweet.
sent
Yeah,
us something where he's
that's
like,
pretty
Angry
cool.
Joe. Yeah.
It's like, oh, shit.
So, unfortunately, I didn't like the film as much as I wanted to. I thought the trailer made it look really, really great. And a lot of those scenes that you see in the trailer, those are the best scenes in the film, just kind of stretched out a little bit. And those are kind of the money shots. I don't think... Here's what... what do you go to G.I. Joe for, right? You go for action, right? The problem with this film is the action is horribly, horribly filmed. It's got that goddamn shaky cam, close up, and what's worse is like they're focusing on their
flare, too.
faces, just close up in their face, shaky cam, and it's the choreography is actually good, and a lot of the people, look legit. Unfortunately, whoever the cameraman was needs to be fired because much of the action was marred by that. And then another thing here is as an origin film for Snake Eyes. There's a little bit of a disconnect between who Snake Eyes is and G.I. Joe, at least what I know for him, and then the Snake Eyes in this film. I think it almost works a little bit better as this underground, gangster film where, there's betrayals and ninjas and things like that than it does necessarily a G.I. Joe Origins film. So... it kind of fails on the action part, and it fails as a G.I. Joe film. So what's it good at? Well, I like the ninjas and, going to Japan and sort of the world that they're building here. And ultimately, I think this is probably better than the first two G.I. Joes.
I would say yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Marlon Wayans. I can't even
a low bar.
remember
And,
anything about Channing Tatum.
Channing
and Marlon.
Tatum.
I know
was
they
a
have
Duke
like
or
big
something.
robot suits that they were jumping under buses and through buses, right? And Marlon screaming or something. And then there was The Rock, G.I. Joe, but I don't even remember it
Holy
at
shit,
all.
I don't remember
Did
that.
you remember?
No,
Nobody
I
fucking
don't.
remembers it. It's like erased from my mind. So I think this one's a little better than that.
Yes.
Unfortunately, I think, it has some problems. What did you guys think?
For me, you probably summed it all up. I did have fun with this film. It is a G.I. Joe movie. I knew going in it's going to be like an action popcorn flick. It does that fine. But again, I don't, I know Snake Eyes and Shadow Star. Storm Shadow. I was like, okay, after that, you don't really care. You don't know any of the characters. You're just there for fun.
Yeah.
And that's how I felt. So after that, I was just like, okay, some of the
Was it
action
fun?
scenes. It was entertaining.
Yes.
It was entertaining.
Okay.
It got the job done for a movie, for a G.I. Joe movie, because it's already beyond the other two ones.
yeah.
So I did
The other two
enjoy
was
it.
like dumb action, and this was like
Really
smart
dumb
action. Smarter action than
Smarter
the past
action,
two,
but for the most
then
part,
kind of marred
it
by
had
the shaky
a badass
cam. in my-
headmaster from the raid. He
Yes.
was a fucking badass.
Yeah.
Tony
They
Jaa
didn't
needs
use
to
him
get
a lot though.
He needs more. I hate how he's always playing supporting characters. He needs to be a leading man. But anyways,
I think it was really successful as a popcorn flick. I was terrified the first 5 minutes because I think that there's an opening fight scene that in the storyboards is awesome. And if you're watching it in stills, it's awesome. Watching it in real life was painful, and I thought that this was going to be a garbage fire movie because what he described is correct, but I don't even think you do it justice. It's one of the worst fight scenes I've ever seen.
couldn't tell what the
and it's not
fuck
the
was
actors,
happening.
and it's not the choreographers. It's the director of photography who's sitting there going, "You know
Fuck
what I
that
want to
guy."
do? I want to do this."
I'm gonna look him up because
and
this was that
it
bad.
is a
Yeah, it was
massive
that
failure.
bad. I was
Now,
like-
it starts that way, and I was terrified at this point. It does get better.
Yes.
Now, it's there throughout, and it's also there in not fight scenes every now and then. Sometimes you'll just be moving, and everything's
I
out of
did
focus,
notice that.
and everything's blurry for no
Why?
fucking
Yeah, I
reason.
noticed that.
And I don't understand why that decision was there. But again, back to the popcorn flick. I think if you're in the mood for kind of a dumb explosion katana action movie, this will completely satisfy you. It's not going to win any Oscars for writing.
No.
The characters' motivations are a little weak.
Yes.
I think this is a better
Very
action
generic.
movie than it is a G.I. Joe movie because I don't like. If you're like, hey, what do you think of like, if you had no love for G.I. Joe, or you didn't know G.I. Joe at all, and you're like, what do you think of Snake Eyes as a character? Most people who don't know G.I. Joe
Nobody gives a
he's
shit."
kind of a dick.
He's just quiet and he's mysterious and he never says anything and you
In
get
this
this
movie?
mysterious. And
Based
no,
on
that's
his-
who he is. That's why I'm saying this is not really the Snake Eyes that we know.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess something's going to happen in the next film where he shuts up and never speaks again.
Yeah, it doesn't-
No, they're not going to do that. And never takes off his helmet. No, they're not going to do that.
gonna
This is just a
pull out of
different
his-
Snake
his
Eye.
lair. Yeah.
Was it like Deadpool or the show is
They sew his mouth shut or something. I'm just saying that, like, if you don't know who the character is, this movie kind of does a disservice to that character, the one that I grew up with, because you may
It's
not like this
not,
character.
yeah.
You're like, man, this guy's a little bit
Oh,
of
that's
a
a
dick.
really good point. That was another thing that I felt. Is that what you're saying? That it was kind of hard to root for him. He's kind of an asshole, is what you're saying?
Yeah,
A
like
little bit of
his
a jerk.
motivations and the way his story works. It's just like, look, I love this character. This was one that we run around the house.
hard to
we,
get behind
We
him.
beat each other up with wrapping paper tubes, and you're like, and then that's the kind of stuff that you want to do. And this character would not be the character as a kid that I kind of want to like rally behind and put on
Right.
a bike
In
helmet
fact,
with a
I
tube.
kind of was like Team Storm Shadow. I was Team Tommy. I was like,
oh fuck yeah, man.
okay, the things that happen, we'll talk about that in the
The spoiler
spoilers
section, yeah.
because it's like I kind of was sympathizing with the bad guy more than our hero.
Yes.
And unfortunately, look, this is all because we're talking about the flaws because otherwise it's an entertaining flick.
It's a good popcorn
It's
movie.
an action
Yeah, we
popcorn
keep- yep.
movie where I wanted to see swords. Does it make any fucking sense that nobody brings out their guns? No, it doesn't make any sense.
So I was
It
telling him,
doesn't make any sense.
the first thing in
But
every
I like it. It's Japan, and it's harder to get guns. But honestly,
Do you want me to
it's
fix it
in
for you?
L.A. for a long time.
Yeah, I can fix the movie for you.
Yeah, go ahead.
You need a guy in the writing room, me, asshole, who
Yeah,
just
'cause I
goes,
was like, why
who's
did
just
they
like, no,
use
no, no.
guns?
We've developed these suits that are completely bulletproof, but katanas will cut right
you
through
go.
it, and then the whole movie is fixed,
Sure.
and you're like, all right, cool, guns don't work.
Yeah, just a single line like
It doesn't
that.
make any
Script
sense,
doctors,
but-
boom, done. But anyway, so once you get over that, you're like, okay, I like the sword play. You rarely see these kinds of sword play,
Yeah.
except for in like martial arts movies
yeah.
and action movies that don't really hit the big screen. So then when I see it. And I got shaky cam close up front, it pisses me the fuck off. Because you could tell the people put a lot of hard work into this. And there's a great film here. The director, the cinematography is by Bohan Bazeli. And this guy fucked up. He was drunk on set, or he screwed everything up. He was known for The Lone Ranger with Johnny Depp.
Oh, God, no,
Uh,
that is
A
not
Cure
a good
for
one.
Wellness, The Ring, Mr. and
remember that
Mrs.
one.
Smith.
Oh,
He just went overboard on the shaky
It's like this is good choreography.
Show it off.
Show it off.
Show off how talented these
Frame it.
people are.
Yes,
And
exactly.
I think that the G.I. Joe elements are also pretty weak in it. I think it just works better as like a Hong Kong action.
Yes, because I was gonna say
sword
that.
play
I honestly
film.
like halfway through, I was like, oh shit, they say G.I. Joe. Oh,
Oh,
shit!
Oh, this
you
is G.I. Joe.
forgot.
I was like, oh wait,
What?
is that Cobra? Oh, that's Cobra.
Cobra's not even in the film. There's one Cobra.
They lift up the thing. It's like, oh, these are weapons with Cobra.
There's
I was
no,
like,
that's Red Snake.
there's
oh
fun-
shit! Yeah, this is
Well, I don't wanna say.
G.I. Joe.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Whoever the director and writers are, they took Snake Eyes literally. We'll talk about it in
Yes,
spoilers.
that's
they took
what
Snake
I was
literally.
gonna say make a joke, but I'll do
Yeah,
that
no,
later.
we'll do it
I'll
later.
do it in spoilers.
So yeah, let's go ahead and go to our final verdict.
Final verdicts for me. I'm gonna have to fucking pull a Pawn Stars, man. The highest I could go is a 7.
That's the highest I
The
can
highest
go.
I can go is a 7.
Wow, you want to go high for it, Joe? That's good
Because
praise. Then, I
because
guess.
it was better than the other G.I. Joes. It's very generic writing.
I don't think it deserves a 7 though.
It was a good film for this. For me going into this G.I. Joe film,
Yeah.
I did like the actors. They did the best they could with this. So they had the montage. It's like, all right, this guy's not as badass. He's like, he has to do his training or whatnot.
But the
So-
training, we
training
kind of
is like-
skipped over the training. We never really saw him become Snake Eyes. He kind of was already a badass fighter. Then
But he
most
needed
of the
some more
trials had
training. He
nothing
needed
to
a
do
little
with
bit of his
training, Joe.
ego.
Joe, did he train to become a badass
You
ninja?
saw him in the
No.
in the thing.
No. Go ahead.
But yeah,
Being a ninja's in your mind,
it
okay?
is. But yeah, like it had a good cast, but they were like limited with what they had.
Yeah.
It didn't really feel like a G.I. Joe movie, but it had a good like whatever. I'm bored. I'm gonna go watch this movie. Hey, it
Yeah.
was pretty entertaining. It had some
Like a
nice
Netflix
fights.
thing?
Yeah, some nice fight scenes and stuff like that. But
It's apparently it's going to be on Paramount Plus in 45 days after it releases right now.
like, you can watch
So
it.
if you want to save your money, okay, go ahead.
But yeah,
So then you gotta
7 for
buy,
me
then
then.
you got to buy
7 for me then.
Paramount Plus.
Oh.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
like these kind of movies. I've always loved ninja movies, even the terrible ones. And this one is better than the average one. I like I said, I don't think it's a very good G.I. Joe movie at all.
I forgot it was, but yeah.
But it is, it's something that's like satisfying. If that's the kind of thing that you're looking for, I think this movie is satisfying. And I think that it is an above average movie.
Yeah.
And I think you could do a lot worse with stuff that we know that is out right now.
Yeah,
I'm going to go above
That's it.
average, 6 out of 10.
Yeah.
But with that being said, if you like swords and guns, go see this movie.
Yeah, you guys have kind of convinced me. I came in here maybe at about a 5 because average film. Because they get the Snake Eyes character, it doesn't really feel like a G.I. Joe. Doesn't really earn the G.I. Joe part. Doesn't earn the Snake Eyes
It
part.
doesn't, I forgot, but that's-
but it's got great action, great actors, great characters, and good swordplay. Then marred by the action with the shaky cam. So it has some flaws, but I guess it's not that bad to where it's a 5. So I could see a 6 or a 7, and I'm gonna plant myself at a 6. Slightly above average. I mean, compared to the other films, I can't even remember. I remember the first G.I. Joe was like
I don't want to.
I don't really
want to.
remember.
They're
The
like
very first thing
in
they do in
submarine
the
or
second
something.
G.I. Joe movie is murder everyone who was in the first. That's literally what they did. Everyone.
that's
you don't remember the opening
right.
sequence when everyone who was in the last movie dies? There's
They're
like
like, go Joe. Explosion.
Go, and then
and
everybody
then everyone dies,
explodes.
and then they all
Okay,
die,
Yeah.
and then the rock crawls out of the sand.
Yeah, I did. I know I did a
Oh, I forgot
review
about
of
that.
it a long time ago, but
There you go.
The thing is stupid.
There you go.
Well,
It's stupid.
Yeah.
no. What it was, Joe, is that I was really pissed off at the way Cobra Commander looked. That was not Cobra
Well,
Commander.
yeah, because like even this one had better costumes. But
Yeah. So, yeah.
so yeah.
Hang
Pretty
on.
good time. It was a pretty
Yeah,
good
it
time.
was a good time. Okay, so this was just a fucking terrible video game version, even worse. I was trying to find the score that we gave the previous one. It'd probably be like a fucking 2, 3. We're in that territory. 4 highest with The Rock's charisma, which
like, what the fuck is
I
that?
don't even fucking remember that film.
Remember
I remember
that
everything about that movie.
Tell me one part of
How?
it.
Okay, so everyone in the first movie dies in the
Okay.
desert. He crawls out of the desert and goes to L.A. or Long Beach or something, and then he finds the girl from John Wick and another dude who's actually a Marine, and then they like fight back. And then she like seduces some. She's dancing with a general.
What's the big? So the one had suits. What did this one have?
The Rock.
Okay.
Yeah.
All
Why
right.
have a suit
The
to be
Rock
big
is
when you can just
expensive,
be
right?
big?
Yeah. So now, I think this is 6 out of 10. And am I excited for this? You know, they're obviously pulling a Marvel. They want to do. They want this to be
30
Iron
films.
Man. They want to build a cinematic universe. Is this going to be as successful as Iron Man? Do y'all think?
No.
I don't think they Iron Man was like $1 billion movie.
Quite clearly. But do you think it's enough to start a cinematic?
I think this is better
it's gonna
chance
be
than
like,
The Mummy
what,
to start like a
7 and
cinematic
going to
universe.
5, then going to 4.
Yeah, I mean, I think this could be an interesting trilogy, right? If you do
Okay.
if you do Snake Eyes and then you do like one other movie and then
What
they
else
all
are you
get
gonna
together.
do? You get Snake Eyes kind of wrong, other than his relationship to Storm Shadow,
Duke.
and it was interesting. I liked it, but who else are you gonna watch? Snake Eyes was literally the coolest character, and that's the one that you would do the origin, and then you just go straight into
Sergeant
the G.I. Joe
Slaughter.
film. Sure, yeah, if only with the original Sergeant Slaughter. Anyways, all right, let's go into spoilers. Thank y'all guys so much for watching, and we'll see you in the spoilers section. Hey, welcome to the spoiler section.
Yeah.
So at first, this film really starts off quite grounded in reality. I really like the Yakuza part. It's like loyalty, and then kill him to show your loyalty. And then he saves this guy, and it turns out this guy's like this rich Japanese dude with a fucking ninja clan. Why the fuck was he over there in the first place if he's the head of the clan?
He's
About
going to
to
try to infiltrate and find out.
I
some
know, but you
information
got to
and all
send your soldiers. He's got like 55 soldiers to go to send, but no, he does it himself. But I liked that part because it's kind of like this underground Yakuza stuff. And later on in the film, this film has this sneaky way of putting in like ridiculous shit. Like, so there's magic in the world, and there's giant motherfucking snakes that decide they're super fucking hungry, but they won't eat you if you're pure of heart. So those are the crazy things. They took Snake Eyes literally, and I don't know if these snakes will show up in the future. Maybe that's how they get. What's the G.I. Joe villain with the snake? Serpents.
Cobra. It's
No,
Cobra
that's
something,
not.
right? Cobra Emperor or something. I saw the toys
No, it's
in
like
the beginning.
Serpentor or
That's
something.
the DNA of all the evil people ever living, like
I
all
don't
put together.
fucking
And
remember.
Yeah.
It's been a long time. Maybe the guy that got swallowed will come back as he'll be
It's just like,
regurgitated.
I was thinking, I was like, well, if his name is Snake Eyes, he gets snakes. Like, I want to be like.
No, that's not the meaning of
but
Snake
no,
Eyes.
that's what they were doing in the movie. I was like, well, shit. Well, I want to be like Butterfly Cuddles or something. It's like, oh shit, here's your test. Oh no, butterflies. Oh no, how will I ever
Joe,
survive this?
the test wasn't because his name was Snake Eyes and they
There
brought
was snakes.
Those snakes have
There
been there
was
for a long
snakes.
time. The reason why it was Snake Eyes is why, Alex? Why does he name himself Snake Eyes?
The bad guy in the very beginning of the movie who kills Snake Eyes' father in the
Bright
flashbacks.
something, right?
Yeah.
Bright Star?
Bright Sword.
I couldn't see his name. I wanted to see if he was a real
I think
G.I.
it's
Joe.
Bright
Bright
Sword. It's
something.
Bright Sword
Bright
Incident
Sword?
is what it said on the thing.
Okay.
So his dad runs into a safe house with him and Snake Eyes, baby Snake Eyes. He's a little kid, and then the bad guy comes in and says, "You roll these. We do thing. It's the Harvey Dent thing." He's like, "You're gonna flip a coin," and then he's like, "You're gonna roll these dice, but they're loaded. And if you lose, I shoot you in the face, and if you win, you get to live." And well, everyone always loses, and he shoots the Snake Eyes'
Yeah.
father in the face, and that's the whole point of the movie. Snake Eyes is chasing this killer, and he wants to find the killer. And the real bad guys know who the killer is and says, "Look, I'll help you find this guy who killed your father, but you got to be a bad guy."
Yeah.
And Snake Eyes in this movie is a bad guy.
Yeah, and that's why it's kind of hard to like him because he's doing all this bullshit. Which this is the worst guarded place in the world because it's like
Tommy's giving you everything.
I know,
Fucking
right? I'm on
stick
Team
with
Tommy.
me
Well,
dude.
too.
you can also be like,
Tommy.
hey, Tommy, this guy killed my dad way back in the day. Can we use like
Yes.
your
Yeah.
cool millionaire, billionaire, like
to like
agent
find
powers to
him.
find this guy?
But no, the Yakuza is the one that's got it. This is why I was almost like out of 5 because I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, his
you,
main-
you
his-
dumbass.
Yeah, it's
Tommy has
very
resources,
tropey.
and as your brother, you don't think that he'll want to find out who killed your father, and he'll consider your father his father
Yeah.
because you're brothers now. But he doesn't do that. He betrays them, walks up to the motorcycle shop within this Japanese compound, and says, Tommy said I could take a fucking bike, and they're
He
like,
said,
"Oh,
your
yeah,
house is my house.
take
That's what he
the best
said.
one." Now I know, but nobody. They don't know his history. They don't know his back. The head of security, this lady,
He trusts
who
him.
is really weak subplot of her falling in love with him. There was no chemistry there whatsoever. No reason for her to fall in love with him. That was really bad. Did you guys
That-
forget
No,
about that?
No. That's why I
Alright.
lost some points.
Well,
That's what it's like,
yeah,
whatever. I was there for more of the action.
She would have been
shit.
suspicious. He takes this motorcycle and goes and does this shady shit. Eventually, the second time she follows him, but he loses her. And this guy's just, hanging over the killer of his father to get him to betray. Why? They want this gem. And this gem is the magic in the film where it blows people up. Obviously, you just think about them blowing up, and they blow up.
Yes.
So he gets it. He gives it to the rival Yakuza
cousin.
who wants to take over, right? Yeah, and then the Baroness shows up. Cobra. This is kind of how they shoehorn it in here. She was going to supply them with stuff, so as long as this bad Yakuza faction gives her the gem afterwards, though Cobra could come in there and take it at any time, but I guess not. So she shows up to help, but
I
then
was
when he gets the
expecting
stone.
a cameo.
Right, but then when he gets this a cameo from who? They got a cameo from Baroness.
No, you know who.
Our friend, the
Yeah.
commander.
Yeah, even a phone call. Just even a phone call where you're just like, oh, Jesus, stop
saying-
screaming. What's
they're
wrong with
saying-
you?
yeah.
Hello, did you get those microtransactions?
Is that your impression of him? Chuck?
Yes.
So Commander does not show up in this film. That's unfortunate. I agree.
Yeah,
It would have
come
been
on.
cool to
It
see,
was like
like
a
a
little-
glint of silver
Something
somewhere.
a little nod.
A little-
Come on.
No, it's just the Baroness,
Mm-hmm.
and she's like, give us the gem afterwards. And he's like, once he gets the gem, he's like, no, I'm not giving you the gem, you dumb bitch, and like knocks her over, and he's like, has all the power, right? So then the dumbest thing happens. Like they specifically point out, so they get a Joe to help, and they have one Cobra and one Joe. So the Joe is Scarlet. O'Hara, something like
I
that.
have no idea.
Yeah, I don't know. She's like the one girl on the team, and she's like, a specialist and super hot, and she's like fucking kicking people's ass, and she's like perfect. The only problem is she decides to team up with a goddamn murdering terrorist who just finished killing 200 innocent men, women, and children,
temporarily.
civilians.
Only to get out of a
Temporary.
dire situation.
It's true. This got to be done.
That's so much bullshit because they could have
it was-
arrested her or shot her or stopped her right then at any moment. Yeah, get out of that situation right there. But then there's so much time for them to be like, "Shh, all right, you're under arrest. It's no, just let.
It's-
and eventually the
again-
Baroness is like, fuck this, and then she leaves.
Yeah,
after
well,
help.
again,
So
this
they-
is a G.I. Joe movie.
Yeah, the G.I.Joe. They throw a smoke
That
bomb
happens so
down.
much in
and
G.I. Joe, the cartoon.
See?
They let him go every fucking
It's like,
time.
everyone, look. Oh, now it's time to get away.
Yeah.
Cobra Commander.
Yeah.
What?
All the G.I. Joes.
At least they did it with
shit.
a smoke bomb
We'll
this
get
time.
you next time,
Yeah.
G.I. Joe.
I don't know. Everybody was hot and good looking in the film.
Of
Everybody
course.
had some great choreography that they fucked up with the damn shaky cam. So that's why we ultimately liked it and said, hey, it's a good action popcorn flick. But there's obviously flaws in
Oh,
logic.
yeah.
So
well,
what
you know
else?
what you're getting
What else?
into, though. You know what you're getting into with one of those.
It could have gone up like seriously like 2 points if they had just used a steady cam. Well, maybe not 2 points. Maybe
It
one
would've got a
point.
point.
1 point
for sure
Look,
one
it
point.
loses some points because the character's main motivation is a little weak. At no point do I really feel like that he is this vengeful dude who is
Yeah.
willing to throw the entire world under. Because he eventually finds out that Cobra is the devil, right? They have. They're terrorists. They murder people, and everyone's like, no, they're the worst. And he still gets them the gem for this one dude who killed this dad, and I don't buy it, right?
And then he doesn't kill the dude. So then he
Yeah.
finally gets the guy. They're like, enjoy your reward. He goes in there. And, the guy doesn't remember him because he killed a bunch of
Yeah.
people. And then he reveals, I was working for Cobra the whole time. So I guess at that point he says, my
Shocker.
real enemy is Cobra.
Yeah.
And I'm going to let you go. But
It's a little weak from there, so that's one of
Yeah.
the reasons that it lost probably like a
is,
point.
like, pretty generic
I
at
mean,
that
I was
point,
expecting cheesy because it's a G.I. Joe movie.
Yeah.
But I rolled with all the cheesy. I rolled with the snakes. I rolled with the gem. And I liked all that stuff. And then I even rolled with the 2 title characters of the G.I. Joe parts of the film are shooting at her at each other. The two ladies are shooting at each other at like 3 feet away from each other. You could hit somebody with a goddamn rubber band if you flicked it
That's
at that
what I was
distance.
telling Alex. I was like, well, they forgot.
And
Those
we-
are only close range weapons. Guns are
They
not.
were close range.
Guns
They were
are
at
not
close
long
range.
range.
And all
She was
had to
hip
do was
firing,
it
dude.
did-
You got an ADS.
Yeah,
otherwise-
don't ADS
You
that
can't-
close. They
exactly.
were ADS.
No.
And she just
She's only accurate with her crossbow.
And so Baroness is shooting Scarlet, and Scarlet is shooting Baroness at close range, and it reminded me of that Naked Gun scene with her.
Over a little bit.
You got to give props to Baroness, though, for running around in heels
Yes.
this big.
I know, right?
It's like, Jesus Christ, woman, like, this is not all hard floor. Like, you're going to sink
That
into the
fucking-
earth.
that
Haven't seen
fucking
that
plot
done before
armor.
besides Jurassic Park.
That plot armor was fucking ridiculous
Yeah.
at that point. But, those two kind of hint at larger things that will happen in the future if this film does well enough. I don't know who they would do with another origin. I would not be excited about any of them. Dude,
Yeah, 'cause I don't think
would
any of
not
them would
be
be, like,
excited.
real strong.
No. The one that I would be excited for that they would never do is do an origin on the bad guy side. So now you would do like Commander, Cobra Commander or something where it's like the bad guy and then
The
the
snake
team gets
throws
in.
up at the beginning of the movie.
Well, why
and
not?
he's-
They're doing villains nonstop now.
Deathstroke
Disney's
or-
doing
Yeah.
it.
I don't know.
The
Exactly.
Joker. So
I know.
why not Cobra Commander?
Exactly. I'm just telling you, that's the one that I'd be like, all right, here's my money. The rest of them, I'd be like, I don't know. Just get your fucking universe started and get to the point. Though I don't think we'll ever get my blue and red lasers, because I've always wanted I was like, if you're going to do G.I. Joe, let's do G.I. Joe. But no, they're just, let's do the 9mm
happen.
bullets.
Yeah.
Darn it. Darn it, Joe. I'm only going to get lasers in Terminator 2 and purple lasers. Shit. All right, well, any others?
Yes.
Spoilers we can think of.
Basically, Storm Shadow gets kicked out because he used the
Oh, yeah.
gem.
So this is why we're on this guy's
Yes.
side, right?
Yeah, we're still totally on Snake or
So
Storm
why does he
Shadow.
get kicked out?
He got kicked out because the gem. He's supposed to protect the gem.
Yeah. But
never
never
use it.
used the gem, but he
And he got
did it
pissed
till he
off.
got pissed off because his cousin was trying to kill his grandma.
Yeah.
I would have been
I
pissed
would've
off too.
fucking killed the
So
dude,
then
too.
he uses it on his cousin,
But
which
he uses
fucking
it poorly.
ducks.
It didn't make
He
any
does.
sense. He
He's
goes,
never used it
"Rah!"
before.
And then a big explosion happened. As I thought, oh, he killed the guy. He's gonna get kicked
No,
out.
he didn't.
But no, it's
no,
just a
he
fake
just-
explosion.
Yeah, he dove in and then
The
rolled
gem
around
breaks
and-
its own rules in order for him to have not killed the guy.
Yeah.
Snake Eyes chases him out and ultimately
kills him
kills
with snakes.
with snakes because he's now pure of heart. He falls into the pit, and thereby he becomes a part of the clan officially. Because I was like, oh shit, he's never going to be a part of the clan, and he's wearing the colors in other films. No, he becomes a part of the clan because he goes into the pit, drags the guy with him. The snakes don't kill him. I was surprised that guy killed one of the snakes. I didn't think that
Yeah, me
happened.
too.
I thought that the snakes would all get him, but no, he cuts one of them off.
I felt bad for that snake.
And the other, and that other snake was pissed from fucking.
I feel bad for Tommy though.
Me too. I'm just saying, it's like, what the fuck? I make one mistake. This motherfucker makes multiple mistakes. Like, our head of security goes, the first time he goes in this pit, because he's doing the trials, and he wasn't pure of heart because he had revenge in his heart. She goes in the pit and kicks a fucking snake in the head for him and just ends the trial. And everybody's like, what? Well, I had to go
They will
through
be
that
punished.
trial, and
We will not see it. It will be off
so
camera.
many people died during
Off
this
camera.
trial. Why does he get this special treatment, right?
She loves
And he
him.
fucks up over and over, but then Tommy makes one mistake and he's fucking gone.
He's not technically out of the clan.
He's family, but
He's
he's never
family.
going to run
He
the
is
He
clan.
will never rule the
And
clan.
I don't think
but
he'll be a
so
part of
he's
the
like
clan.
he can't lead the clan, but he's still part of the clan.
But we need that moment where he turns into Storm Shadow so that he can be like, oh, fuck. And he started wearing white, and I was like, oh, shit, this is Storm Shadow. And at one point, they do this stupid thing where it's like, you got that look in your eye again, don't you? And he's like, it's the storm before the shadow. Or something really dumb like that. You remember? And that's when I turned to Charles like, is it the
like, man, I
guy
don't remember
named
that
Storm
name.
Shadow?
Yeah, I was like, I don't remember his name.
Yeah,
Man. I
it
knew
was
he was white.
Storm Shadow. I was like, you got that look of shadow before that shadow before the storm. I was like, oh my god.
Something weird.
what now?
Huh?
So then he takes off and he's in his jet, just chilling.
Oh, this is so there is an after credits, but you don't have to wait.
It wasn't very long.
what happened?
So yeah, he's chilling on his jet, and then he's like, "Hey, would you like a drink?" It's the Baroness. Mm-hmm.
Low Red
Pulls out it-
Baroness.
Yeah.
Johnny
Pulls out
Walker
his-
Black.
Pulls out his knife. He's like, I'm going to kill you. He's like, hey, I got a proposition for you. You lost your army. I could give you another one. What do you say, Tommy? He's like, call me.
Storm shadows before the storm.
Credits.
I wanted her to start laughing. She's like, Storm
Well,
Shadow,
see,
excuse
here's the
me?
thing. I
How
like
can
all
you
the
say that,
stupid
though?
ass cartoon elements.
Call me Snake Eyes.
Yeah.
It's like there's a guy called Snake Eyes already.
Oh,
Yeah.
shit.
God damn it.
Huevos grandes.
Big. Okay. Anyways, so yeah,
can't
I
keep a
liked all the
straight face.
cartoonish parts in there, and it
Yeah.
could have been executed a little better, perhaps with a better director, and then it could have gained another point or two.
Yeah, I think the
So it
cinematography
could have
been
gone as
better.
high as an 8 or 9, with the potential that they had here. So I don't know, kind of an interesting start to a potential new G.I. Joe reboot. Are we going to see more origin film? I don't think so. Is it going to go anywhere? It really depends on how much money it makes. And I don't know. There wasn't a whole lot of big, huge CGI shots. A lot of it was very practical until you get to the end where you have a car sequence and they do the motorcycle
motorcycle stuff
jump.
and
You could
stuff
see
like
some
that,
fakey CGI there.
Snakes. Didn't get the snakes.
And the snakes are CGI, obviously.
Yeah, but
Joe,
those
no
weren't.
snakes exist that large.
Have you seen Anaconda
I did.
with Jennifer Lopez and Ice Cube?
The anaconda in that film was a baby compared to these snakes. Anyways, so it didn't seem like it cost that much. It's got a budget of $88 million, so it must have gone somewhere.
That's a lot, yeah.
Yeah, it's
It
a lot
is a
more.
lot.
It looked like a $50 million or $30 million.
Yeah.
But okay. We'll see if it's enough at the box office. Our theater was relatively empty, so
This
we'll
is
see.
sold out, but it was weird. But
Oh, yeah.
That was something
Space
else.
Jam is #1. So let's
What?
yeah.
Fuck.
I don't know if you know that.
Yeah, but it just
No.
came out today, so who knows? It may.
We'll see.
There's hope.
This is.
I
this-
would
this is
sooner
better.
you.
This is better than.
I would watch
fucking
this movie
Space
twice
Jam.
more than watching Space Jam again.
Yeah,
Yes.
I hear. Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. Is it what now? Do you think it's better than Black Widow?
I had
I
its
think it's on
moments.
par.
I
Yeah,
think it's
I
on
would
par. I like
say
the
it
action
has its
better than
moments,
Black
but
Widow.
same.
They didn't fuck it up with a shaky cam.
Yeah.
God damn it.
Yeah.
Anyways,
They had more
that's
humor
it.
in
I
that one.
want the cinematographer to be fired and to never work on this type of movie
It's
again.
steady.
Keep it steady. And I mean, these people work hard and they train their bodies, they train their minds, and they work over and over to get the scene right. And you done fucked it up. Anyways, thank y'all so much for watching. You want to support the show, grab one of these fun shirts, grab something down there, click the links, and we'll appreciate you. We'll see you on the next Angry Joe Show. Bye,
Hey,
guys.
guys.